The warning signal came through the darkness of space. Commander Alex Turner stood on the bridge of his ship, the Defiant. He looked at the screen in front of him. The signal was old and broken, but he could still understand it. Someone needed help. Maya worked at the communications desk. She was good at her job. She had been with Alex for 3 years now. They had seen many things together in space. But this signal was different. It made her worried. "Commander, I found something," Maya said. She turned to look at him. The signal is from the Valorians. They are a peaceful people. They sell food and art to other planets. Someone is attacking them. Alex walked closer to her desk. "How old is this message?" he asked. His voice was calm, but inside he felt worried. The Valorians were known as good people. They did not hurt anyone. They did not have strong weapons. If someone was attacking them, it would be bad. Maya touched her screen. Numbers appeared. 3 weeks old. Maybe a little more. The signal traveled through many relay stations. It started near the Kelmar Nebula. She looked up at Alex. Her eyes showed fear. The Kelmar Nebula. Every person who traveled in space knew that name. It was a dangerous place. Strange things happened there. Rocks floated in patterns that made no sense. Sensors stopped working. Pirates hid in the gas clouds. Most ships stayed far away from it. "Jake, come here," Alex called out. Jake was young but smart. He knew how to fight in space. He understood tactics and weapons. Jake walked over quickly. "Tell me about the nebula. What will we face there?" Jake pulled up a map on the big screen. The nebula looked like a purple and red cloud. It was beautiful but deadly. "The nebula blocks our sensors. We will not see well inside it. Pirates use it to hide. The Valorians are traders, not fighters. They would be easy targets," Alex thought for a moment. Humans were still new in space. Earth had only met other species 20 years ago. Some aliens thought humans were crazy. They called Earth a death world. They said humans were too tough, too stubborn. But that stubbornness meant humans did not give up easily. They did not leave people behind. "Maya, send a message to Fleet Command. Tell them we are going to help." "Jake, set course for the nebula. And wake up Dr. Lisa. If people are hurt, we need her ready." The crew moved fast. They knew what to do. Within minutes, the ship's engines started. The Defiant began moving toward the nebula. They left their normal patrol route behind. They were going to help strangers. That was what humans did. 2 hours passed. Alex stayed on the bridge. He did not sleep. He kept thinking about the Valorians. Were they still alive? Had help come already? Or were they floating dead in space? Then Maya received another message. This one was new, fresh, and the voice in it was full of terror. "This is the Valorian ship Harmony's Grace. We are under attack. They are destroying us. Our shields are breaking. We have families here, children. Please, anyone who can hear this. We need help now. They are killing us." The message ended with horrible sounds. Metal breaking. People screaming. Then nothing. Alex felt anger rise inside him. "Jake, maximum speed. Get us there as fast as possible." "Maya, get me information on who might be attacking them." The Defiant pushed harder. The engines worked at full power. Alex knew they might be too late. But they had to try. Humans always tried. Then Alex did something that would change everything. He sent out a message on the emergency human channel. It was simple, direct. Every human captain in space would understand it. Emergency. Civilians under attack. Need help at these coordinates. Anyone who can come, please come now. Alex did not know how many ships would answer. Maybe none, maybe a few. He just knew he had to ask. What he did not know was that his message reached far across space. It reached cargo ships carrying goods. It reached science vessels studying stars. It reached passenger ships full of tourists. It reached patrol boats on the edge of human territory. And every single one of them heard the same thing. People needed help. Children were in danger. That was all humans needed to know. Ships began changing course. Captains made quick decisions. Crews prepared for battle. Some of these ships were not made for fighting. Some had never seen combat. But that did not matter. When someone called for help, humans answered. Always. Dr. Lisa arrived on the bridge. She looked tired but ready. "What do we know?" She asked Alex. "Valorian merchant ship. Under attack. Families on board. We are going in to help them." Lisa nodded. She did not ask if it was dangerous. She did not ask if they might die. She just said, "My medical team is ready. We can handle whatever we find." The nebula appeared on their screens. It was massive. Purple and red gases swirled in patterns that hurt to look at. Lightning jumped between clouds. Rocks floated everywhere. It was beautiful and terrifying. "We are entering the nebula now," Jake said. "Sensors are already having problems. We will be flying mostly blind." Alex stood tall. "Then we fly blind. We did not come this far to turn back. Find that ship." The Defiant pushed into the nebula. The screens flickered. Systems beeped warnings, but the ship kept going. Behind them, other human ships were coming. Many other ships, more than anyone expected. The galaxy was about to learn something important about humans. They were not the strongest species. They were not the smartest. They did not have the best technology, but they had something more valuable. They had heart. They had the will to help others no matter the cost. They were Deathworlders, shaped by a planet that tried to kill them every day, and that made them survivors. That made them heroes. Somewhere in the nebula, the Valorians were dying, but help was coming. An unpredictable fleet of humans who refused to let innocents die. The rescue was about to begin. Captain Danny Foster owned a cargo ship called Big Betty. The ship was old. Very old. It had been through many repairs. Danny had added armor from old military ships. He had mounted 2 big guns where cargo bays used to be. The ship was not pretty, but it was tough. Just like Danny. Danny was carrying equipment to a mining colony when the emergency message came through. He was 3 systems away from the nebula. His second in command was Kate. She had been in Earth's Navy before becoming a traitor. She looked at Danny and knew what he was thinking. "You want to go help them," Kate said. It was not a question. She knew Danny too well. Danny smiled. His face had many lines from years in space. "Of course I do. How long to get there?" Kate checked her computer. 8 hours if we push the engines hard. "But Danny, we are a cargo ship. We are not built for war. If we meet serious enemies, we could die." "Maybe," Danny said. He pulled up the star map. "But look here. The Defiant is already going. Other ships will come too. I know they will. Humans do not leave people to die. We go together, we fight together, we survive together." Kate sighed. But she was already planning the new route. "Fine, but when we almost die, I will say I told you so." Danny laughed. He opened the ship's communication system. "Everyone listen. We are going to help people who are in trouble. It might be dangerous. If anyone wants to complain, do it now. Otherwise, get ready for a fight." Nobody complained. The crew of Big Betty were all humans. They understood. All across the sector, the same thing happened. The science ship Discovery was studying asteroids. Dr. Elena ran that ship. She was a scientist, not a soldier. But when she heard the call for help, she changed course immediately. Her crew agreed without question. The patrol ship Vigilant was watching the border. Captain Gregg commanded it. He left his post to go help. The passenger ship Pacific Star was carrying 200 tourists. Captain Linda made an announcement to her passengers. "We are going to help rescue people. It might be dangerous, but I cannot ignore a call for help." The passengers voted. They all said yes. Go help. By the time Alex and the Defiant reached the edge of the nebula, they had company. 14 ships total. Some were military vessels with strong weapons. Some were cargo ships like Big Betty. Some were science ships. One was even a passenger liner full of tourists. It was a strange fleet. Unorganized, unprepared, but they were there. And they were ready. Alex looked at his screen. He saw all the ships gathering. He felt something warm in his chest. Pride. These people had dropped everything to help strangers. That was humanity. "This is Commander Alex Turner of the Defiant to all ships. Thank you for coming. We are going into a dangerous situation. We do not know exactly what we will find. Here is the plan. Military ships go first. Civilian ships with weapons follow. Ships without weapons stay at the edge and prepare to rescue survivors." Danny's voice came through the radio. "Defiant, this is Big Betty. No offense, Commander, but I did not fly 8 hours to watch. This old ship has teeth. We are coming with you." Other civilian captains said the same thing. They wanted to fight. They wanted to help directly. Alex smiled. This was so human, stubborn, brave, maybe a little stupid, but absolutely determined to do the right thing. Okay. Everyone who wants to fight can join us. But stay close. Listen to instructions. We need to work together. Jake, take us in." The fleet entered the nebula. It was like flying into a storm. The gas clouds glowed purple and red. Lightning flashed between them. Sensors stopped working properly. Communication became difficult. Navigation needed constant attention to avoid rocks and debris. They searched for 20 minutes. The nebula was huge. Finding one ship in all this gas and rock seemed impossible. Then Maya found something. "Commander, I have something. Energy readings. Looks like weapons fire. Direction 273 Mark IV. It is weak, but it is there." Alex felt his heart beat faster. "All ships follow the Defiant. Combat speed. Charge all weapons. Whatever is out there, it will not be friendly." The fleet moved forward as one. They flew around a massive gas cloud. Then they saw it. The Valorian ship was there. It was damaged badly. Holes in the hull. Systems failing. But it was still there. Still fighting to survive. Around the Valorian ship were 6 enemy vessels. Alex had never seen ships like these before. They were sleek and dark. Their weapons glowed green. They looked like sharks circling prey. They were attacking the Valorian ship slowly, piece by piece. Taking their time. Enjoying it. Alex felt anger flood through him. These attackers were torturing the Valorians. They could have destroyed the ship quickly. Instead, they were making it last. Making them suffer. All ships, this is the Defiant. Weapons free. Protect that merchant vessel. Show these bastards what happens when they hurt innocent people. The human fleet attacked. 14 ships against 6. The first shots from the Defiant hit perfectly. The railguns fired metal projectiles at incredible speed. 2 rounds smashed into the nearest enemy ship. Its shields failed. The hull tore open. Air and debris exploded into space. The enemy ships were surprised. They had not expected anyone to come. They had not expected to face a fleet. And they definitely had not expected humans. Jake coordinated the attack from the Defiant. "Vigilant, target the ship at bearing 315. Discovery, stay with us and provide cover fire. Big Betty, you are on our wing." Danny Foster's cargo ship might have been old, but its weapons worked perfectly. Kate fired the twin railguns. The shots hit their target. She grinned as explosions bloomed across the enemy hull. "That is for making us late on our delivery." But the enemy was not weak. After the initial surprise, they fought back hard. Their green energy weapons were powerful. Very powerful. They cut through shields easily. The patrol ship Vigilant took a direct hit. Fire erupted along its side. Emergency systems activated to contain the damage. Captain Gregg's voice came through strained but determined. "Vigilant to all ships. We are still here. Main weapons are damaged, but we can still help." Switching to support role. Alex watched the battle on his screens. The enemy ships were good. Too good. They moved in coordinated pairs. They covered each other. They adapted to human tactics quickly. These were not random pirates. These were trained fighters. Professionals. "Jake, these are not normal pirates. They are too skilled. Too organized." "This is military training," Jake nodded. "Agreed. Should we call for more help?" Alex shook his head. "By the time help arrives, the Valorians will be dead. We work with what we have. We are enough. We have to be enough." The battle raged on. Humans versus unknown enemies. Weapons fire lit up the nebula like fireworks. Ships dodged and weaved. Shields flashed as they absorbed hits. It was chaos. It was brutal. And the humans were not backing down. Not 1 inch. Because that was not what humans did. When you needed them, they came. And they fought with everything they had. The battle continued in the purple and red clouds of the nebula. Alex knew they needed a new plan. Fighting these enemy ships directly was costing too much. The Vigilant was already damaged. Other ships were taking hits. They needed to focus on the real mission. Save the Valorians. "Maya, can you contact the Valorian ship?" Alex asked. He needed to know how many people were on that damaged vessel. He needed to know how bad things were. Maya worked quickly on her console. "Trying now, Commander. Their systems are failing. Wait, I have something. Audio only. Very weak signal." A voice came through. It spoke English with a strange accent. "This is Captain Varix of the Harmony's Grace. Unknown human vessels, thank you. Thank you so much. We have 43 people here. 12 are children. Our engines are dead. We have holes in the hull. We cannot leave on our own. Please help us. 43 people. 12 children." Alex felt determination flow through him. They would save these people. All of them. No matter what, all ships, listen carefully. We are splitting into 2 groups. Alpha Group is Defiant, Big Betty, and Pacific Star. We will protect the Valorian ship and evacuate the people. Beta Group is everyone else. You will keep those enemy ships busy. Do not try to destroy them. Just keep them away from us. Once we have all the Valorians safe, we retreat together. It was not a perfect plan. It was risky, but it was all they had. Every human captain understood. Save the civilians first. Everything else came second. The fleet split up quickly. Beta Group, led by the science ship Discovery, engaged the enemy ships. Dr. Elena had never commanded ships in battle before, but she was smart and she learned fast. She used the gas clouds as cover. Her ship's weapons were weak, but she aimed them well. She kept the enemy confused and off balance. Alpha Group moved toward the damaged Valorian ship. The passenger liner Pacific Star was the largest ship in the group. Captain Linda brought it alongside the Harmony's Grace carefully. She used magnetic grapples to connect the two ships. Then she opened the airlocks. This is Captain Linda to all crew. We have refugees coming aboard. Medical teams go to airlocks 3 through 6. Everyone else help guide them to safety. Find oxygen canisters. These people have been breathing bad air for too long. The Valorians began crossing over. They moved slowly. Many were injured. They were tall beings with skin that shimmered in different colors. Even in the dim emergency lights, they looked beautiful. But they also looked scared, exhausted, traumatized. The children were the hardest to see. They clung to their parents. Their large eyes were wide with fear. Some were crying. Some were too shocked to make any sound at all. Dr. Lisa had transferred to the Pacific Star to help. She had prepared as much as possible, but treating an alien species was difficult. Their bodies worked differently than human bodies. But Lisa was determined. She would save them all if she could. She knelt down beside a small Valorian child. The child's arm was badly hurt. Lisa spoke softly. "Stay with me, little one. You are safe now. I will fix your arm. It will hurt a bit, but then it will feel better. I promise." The child did not understand all the words, but they understood the tone, the kindness. They nodded and tried to be brave. Meanwhile, Beta Group was fighting desperately. The enemy had realized what was happening. They were trying hard to break through the human defensive line. They wanted to stop the evacuation. They wanted to finish what they started. One enemy ship slipped past the defense. It flew straight toward the Harmony's Grace and the Pacific Star. It was fast. Its weapons were charging. It would reach them in seconds. Danny saw it coming. "Kate, lock weapons on that ship. Everything we have. Fire it all." Kate looked at him with worry. "Danny, if we fire everything, we will have nothing left. We will be defenseless." Danny's face was hard, determined. "Then we better not miss. Fire now." Big Betty unleashed everything. Railgun rounds, missiles, even a special plasma weapon that Danny had been saving. All the firepower hit the enemy ship at once. Its shields collapsed. Its hull broke apart. The ship tumbled away, disabled and no longer a threat. But Big Betty had used all its ammunition, and the other enemy ships noticed. 2 of them turned and focused on the cargo hauler. Green energy beams cut through space. They hit Big Betty's hull. Armor melted. Systems failed. Fire broke out inside the ship. Kate shouted over the alarm sounds. "We are hit badly. Shields are gone." Fire in sections 4 and 5. Hull integrity at 40%. Danny fought to keep his ship flying. "Not dead yet. Helm, evasive maneuvers. Make us hard to hit. Keep us between those ships and the refugees." Big Betty twisted and turned. It was badly hurt, but it kept fighting. It kept protecting the others. That was the human way. Protect those who cannot protect themselves, then help came. The Pacific Star had finished loading the refugees. Captain Linda moved her large passenger ship between Big Betty and the enemy. The Pacific Star was not a warship. Its weapons were small and weak, but its hull was thick and strong. It could take hits. Linda's voice rang out over the radio. "Nobody hurts my friends. All ships, we have all the Valorians. Time to leave this place." The human fleet began to retreat. They moved as a group, covering each other. Ships that could still fight protected the damaged ones. The enemy ships followed, but carefully now. They had learned that humans were dangerous. Even when humans looked beaten, they still fought back hard. The Defiant led the retreat. Jake calculated the fastest route out of the nebula. "Commander, the enemy is pursuing, but they are keeping their distance. I think we scared them." Alex allowed himself a small smile. "Good, let them be scared. Let them tell their friends what happens when you attack innocent people, and humans find out about it." As they flew through the nebula toward clear space, Maya reported more good news. The enemy ships are breaking off pursuit. They are retreating back into the nebula. The fleet emerged from the purple and red clouds into the black of normal space. They had done it. Against trained fighters with superior weapons, an improvised group of human ships had won. They had saved 43 innocent lives. Alex looked at the tactical display. 2 enemy ships destroyed, 4 retreating. On the human side, several ships were damaged. Big Betty was in bad shape. The Vigilant needed serious repairs, but everyone was alive, and the Valorians were safe. All ships, this is Commander Turner. Excellent work. I am proud to serve with all of you. You proved today what humanity stands for. Set course for the nearest station. We need repairs and these refugees need proper care. 14 human ships, battered but victorious, began the journey home. Behind them, the Kelmar Nebula swirled in silence. But word of what happened there would spread. The galaxy was learning about humans, about their courage, about their stubborn refusal to abandon those in need, about why you should never underestimate the Deathworlders. The journey to the nearest human outpost took 3 days. During those 3 days, the rescued Valorians slowly began to recover. Human doctors and nurses worked around the clock. It was difficult because Valorian bodies were different from human bodies, but the humans did not give up. They learned quickly. They adapted. They saved lives. Dr. Lisa became very popular among the refugees. She worked harder than anyone. She barely slept. She treated injuries with gentle hands and kind words. On the 2nd day, Captain Varix came to find her. He was the captain of the destroyed Harmony's Grace. He wanted to thank her personally. Dr. Lisa, he said. His voice had a musical quality that humans could never copy. I must thank you. You saved my youngest daughter. She would have died without you. Lisa looked up from her medical notes. She was tired, very tired, but she smiled. I was just doing my job, Captain. Perhaps, Varix said. But you did it with great skill and compassion. In my culture, we honor those who save lives during danger. You and your people risked everything for strangers, for people you did not even know. We will never forget this, Lisa shrugged. We are human. When someone needs help, we help. That is just what we do. Captain Varix looked at her for a long time. His large eyes seemed to study her face. Your species is very young in the galactic community. Only 20 years. Already stories about humans spread across many worlds. Some say you are reckless. Some say you are dangerous. But now I understand what you truly are. What is that? Lisa asked. You are hope. On the Defiance Bridge, Alex was dealing with a different situation. Messages were flooding in from everywhere. From Earth Command, from other human ships, even from alien species who had heard about the rescue. Everyone wanted to talk about what happened. Maya looked up from her console. Her expression was between amused and shocked. Commander, you will not believe this. We have congratulations from 17 different species. The Valorian government wants to give every human captain their highest honor. Earth Command wants to study what we did. They say it is a perfect example of rapid response. Alex leaned back in his chair. He was exhausted but satisfied. What about the attackers? Do we know who they were yet? Jake pulled up information on his screen. Partial identification. They match a group called the Krell Marauders. They are bad people. Mercenaries and slavers. But something is strange. Their weapons were too advanced. Normal pirates do not have technology that good. You think someone is giving them money and weapons? Alex asked. Maybe. The way they fought showed military training. This was not a random attack. They wanted something specific from that Valorian ship. Alex frowned. What was the Harmony's Grace carrying? Did you ask Captain Varix? Yes, he said mostly agricultural equipment and cultural artifacts. Nothing valuable enough to explain such a violent attack. Before Alex could think more about this, Maya interrupted. Commander, priority transmission from Admiral Stephen Cole at Fleet Command. He wants to speak with you directly. Alex sat up straight. Put him through. Admiral Cole's face appeared on the screen. He looked tired, but there was pride in his eyes. Commander Turner, I read your report. Quite impressive what you did out there. Thank you, sir. But I cannot take all the credit. Every captain who came deserves recognition. And they will get it, the Admiral said. But that is not why I am calling. Turner, what you found is bigger than a simple pirate raid. Intelligence has been tracking the Krell. They are getting bolder, better equipped. Someone is definitely backing them. We need to find out who. Alex felt worried. What are you saying, Admiral? I am saying your rescue mission may have started something big. The Krell do not accept defeat well. You embarrass them in front of half the galaxy. They will want revenge. Let them come. We will be ready. Admiral Cole smiled grimly. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Keep your group together, Commander. I think you will need each other soon. And Turner, good work. You made humanity proud. The transmission ended. Alex sat alone with his thoughts. Around him, the crew worked quietly. Each person was thinking about what they had done and what might come next. In the Pacific Stars Lounge, the Valorians gathered together. They felt safer in groups. They talked in quiet voices about the humans who saved them, about how these Deathworlders charged into danger without fear, about how they fought with terrifying strength but also great compassion. A young Valorian named Syrinx approached a human crew member. His name was Carl, and he worked on ship maintenance. Syrinx had learned a few English words during the rescue. Thank you, she said carefully. Why you help? Carl smiled. He put down his tools. Because you needed help. That is reason enough. Syrinx thought about this. Her large eyes studied his face. You not afraid? Oh, I was terrified, Carl admitted honestly. But being scared does not mean you do not do what is right. That is what being human means. As the fleet continued toward civilization, word of their actions spread across the galaxy. News networks reported the story. Social media discussions exploded. Some species praised human courage. Others warned about human recklessness. Everyone had an opinion. But in the dark corners of space where criminals operated, a different message spread. A warning whispered from ship to ship. From pirate to pirate. From slaver to slaver. Do not attack when humans might hear. They are crazy. They actually help people, even strangers. They will come for you, and they will make you regret it. The Battle of Kelmar Nebula was over, but its impact was just beginning. Humanity had shown the galaxy what they stood for. Protection of the innocent. Help for those who called. Courage in the face of danger. These were human values, and the galaxy would never forget them. In the medical bay of the Pacific Star, Dr. Lisa finally allowed herself to rest. She sat down for the first time in hours. A Valorian child she had treated came over and hugged her leg. Lisa smiled and patted the child's head gently. This was why they did it. This made everything worth it. Every risk. Every sacrifice. Saving one life made all the danger worthwhile. Saving 43 lives? That was what humans lived for. 3 weeks after the Battle of Kelmar Nebula, something wonderful happened. The human fleet that had saved the Valorians was invited to a ceremony on the Valorian homeworld. It would be a ceremony that the galaxy would remember forever. The Valorian planet was called Valora Prime. It was beautiful. Rolling fields of grass stretched as far as the eye could see. Clear blue seas sparkled under the sun. The capital city, Harmonia, was built to blend with nature. Tall structures grew from living trees. Technology and nature worked together in harmony. Thousands of Valorians gathered in the central plaza. They stood quietly, respectfully. They were there to honor the humans who saved their people. Commander Alex Turner led the human group as they walked forward. Captain Danny Foster and his crew from Big Betty walked just behind him. Other captains followed. Premier Corix stood on a raised platform. He was old. His shimmering skin had faded with age, but his voice was strong and clear. Today we honor heroes, he said. When our people called for help, when our children cried in fear, these brave souls answered. They did not ask for payment. They did not wait. They came immediately. They fought with courage beyond description. Premier Corix walked toward Alex. He held a crystal medallion. It caught the light and split it into 1,000 rainbow colors. Commander Alex Turner, on behalf of all Valorians, I give you the Star of Harmonia. This is our highest civilian honor. You proved that the stories about humanity are true. You are the most unpredictable fleet in the galaxy. Who could predict such selfless heroism? Alex accepted the medallion humbly. Premier Corix honored Valorians. I accept this for every human who came that day. We did not do anything special. We just did what anyone should do when they hear someone calling for help. That is exactly what makes you special, Corix replied. In a galaxy where many species ignore suffering, you run toward it. That is the mark of true civilization. Each captain received a medallion. Each crew member was honored. The crowd cheered and clapped. But then something unexpected happened. A sleek ship descended from the sky. It carried the symbol of the Galactic Council. This was the government that ruled most of known space. Ambassador Trell emerged from the ship. He was an Arxian. His species was known for cold logic and careful thinking. Seeing an Arxian at a Valorian ceremony was very unusual. Premier Corix, Commander Turner, I apologize for interrupting, Trell said. His words came from a translator device. They sounded precise and emotionless. I bring a message from the Galactic Council. We have been watching the situation with the Krell Marauders. Your actions have not gone unnoticed. Alex felt nervous. What kind of message, Ambassador? The Council has decided to recognize the human fleet's response as an act of galactic citizenship. More importantly, we wish to offer humanity a seat on the Council's Security Committee. Your species has shown a commitment to protecting the innocent. We find this valuable. Whispers ran through both crowds. A seat on the Security Committee was very important. It would give humanity a voice in how the galaxy dealt with threats and conflicts. This was a huge honor, but Trell continued. However, there is a problem. Our intelligence suggests the Krell Marauders are planning revenge. They lost reputation when your group defeated them. They will try to restore their reputation through violence. Danny Foster stepped forward. His rough voice carried across the plaza. Let them come. We beat them once. We will beat them again. Your confidence is admirable, Captain Foster, Trell replied. But the Krell have significant resources. Our analysts estimate they can field a fleet 3 times larger than what you fought in the nebula. The Council is prepared to send help, but it will take time to organize. Alex looked at the other human captains. He saw determination in their eyes, the same stubborn strength that brought them together in the first place. Ambassador Trell, please tell the Council we are thankful. We appreciate the offer of help. But humanity has learned something important these past weeks. When we work together, when we answer calls no matter how desperate, we can do the impossible. If the Krell want another fight, we will be ready. The Arxian ambassador studied Alex. Perhaps he felt respect. It was hard to tell with Arxians. Very well, Commander. I will relay your message. But I offer one piece of advice. What is that? Continue to be unpredictable. It seems to work for your species. As the ceremony ended, celebrations began. Human crews mixed with the Valorians they had saved. Friendships formed across species. Dr. Lisa found herself surrounded by grateful parents. Captain Linda from the Pacific Star exchanged contact information with Captain Varix. They promised to stay in touch. Young Cerix, the Valorian child who had befriended Carl during the journey, gave him a small carved figurine. To remember, she said in careful English. Carl accepted it with tears in his eyes. Thank you, Cerix, I will never forget you. As night fell on Valora Prime, the human fleet prepared to leave. They would return to their regular jobs. They would scatter across many systems. But they all knew that if another call came, if someone somewhere needed help, they would drop everything and respond. Because that was what humans did. That was what made them Deathworlders. Standing on the Defiance Bridge, preparing for departure, Alex looked out at the stars. The galaxy was vast and dangerous, but it was also filled with people worth protecting. Maya approached with a smile. Commander, we are receiving transmissions. General broadcast on emergency channels. From who? Alex asked. Multiple species. Dozens of them. They are all sending the same message. What does it say? Maya's smile grew wider. Thank you, humans. If we ever need help, we know who to call. As the Defiant and its companion ships jumped into hyperspace, leaving Valora Prime behind, Alex smiled. Humanity's reputation as the galaxy's most unpredictable fleet was now solid. Not because they were the strongest or most advanced, but because when others ran from danger, humans ran toward it. And somewhere in dark space, the Krell Marauders learned a valuable lesson. Do not pick fights with Deathworlders who have nothing to prove and everything to protect. The age of humanity had truly begun. The galaxy would never be the same. 6 months passed after the ceremony on Valora Prime. Life returned to normal for most of the human fleet. Commander Alex Turner and the Defiant went back to patrol duties. Captain Danny Foster repaired Big Betty and returned to hauling cargo. Dr. Lisa went back to her research station. But everything had changed. They were no longer just random humans doing their jobs. They were heroes. And the galaxy remembered. The Galactic Council had given humanity a seat on the Security Committee. This meant humans now had a voice in galactic affairs. It meant other species had to listen to human opinions. Some species were happy about this. Others were worried. But all of them respected what humans had done. On a quiet morning, Alex was reviewing reports on the Defiant when Maya received an urgent message. Her face went pale as she read it. "Commander, you need to see this." "It is from intelligence." Alex walked to her station. He read the message and felt cold. The Krell marauders had been gathering forces. They had assembled a massive fleet. 20 warships, all heavily armed, and they were moving toward human territory. They wanted revenge for their defeat at Kelmar Nebula. "How long until they reach us?" Alex asked. 72 hours? Maybe less. Alex immediately sent out messages to all the captains who had helped at Kelmar. Within an hour, responses came back. Every single captain said the same thing. They would come, they would fight, because that was what humans did. But 20 Krell warships against 14 human vessels was not good odds. Even for humans, Alex knew they needed more help. He sent a message to the Galactic Council explaining the situation. The Council responded quickly. They would send ships, but it would take 5 days for them to arrive. 5 days. The Krell would be there in 3. Then something amazing happened. Messages started coming in. Not from humans, from other species. The Valorians sent their entire defense fleet. It was small, only 6 ships, but they came. A species called the Draxians sent 3 heavy cruisers. The Lumens sent support vessels. Even the cold, logical Arxians sent 2 ships. Ambassador Trell sent a personal message to Alex. "Commander Turner, the Council debated sending help. But many individual species did not wait for the Council to decide. They remembered what humans did for the Valorians. They remembered that humans helped strangers. Now they want to help you. This is the power of your example." By the time the Krell fleet arrived, they faced something they did not expect. 40 ships from a dozen different species, all gathered to defend human territory. All there because humans had shown the galaxy what true heroism looked like. The Krell commander sent a transmission. His voice was full of rage. "Humans, you embarrassed us at Kelmar. You made us look weak. Today we will show the galaxy what happens when you cross the Krell marauders." Alex responded calmly. "Krell commander, you attacked innocent traitors. You tried to kill families. You made the choice to be our enemy. Now you face the consequences, but I will give you one chance. Turn around, leave. No one else needs to die today." The Krell commander laughed. "You think you can stop us with this mixed group? We are warriors. You are shopkeepers and scientists playing soldier. This will be easy." "Then come and find out," Alex said quietly. He closed the channel. The battle began. The Krell attacked with confidence, but they quickly realized their mistake. This was not a group of random ships. This was a fleet united by purpose. Humans coordinated the defense. The Valorians provided support. The Draxian cruisers hit hard. The Arxians used precise tactics. Every species worked together perfectly. Danny Foster and Big Betty fought alongside Captain Varix's ship. They covered each other, protected each other, 2 captains who had become friends fighting side by side. When Big Betty's shields failed, Varix moved his ship to block incoming fire. When Varix's weapons overheated, Danny gave him covering fire. Dr. Elena and the Discovery used their sensors to find weak points in Krell formations. They shared this information with everyone. Captain Linda's Pacific Star, reinforced with extra shields, served as a mobile hospital. She rescued damaged ships and treated wounded crew members from every species. The battle lasted for 6 hours. It was brutal. Ships on both sides took heavy damage, but the Krell were losing. They had expected an easy victory. Instead, they faced determined resistance from species who had learned to work together. Finally, the Krell commander made a decision. He sent a transmission. "Enough, we withdraw. This is not worth it." Alex could have pressed the attack, could have destroyed the retreating Krell fleet, but he did not. "Let them go," he ordered. "We won, that is enough. No need for more death." The Krell fled. They left behind 4 destroyed ships, but 15 escaped. The Allied fleet had won with no ships lost, though many were damaged. It was a complete victory. After the battle, all the captains gathered on the Defiant for a meeting. Species who had never worked together before now stood as allies, as friends. Captain Varix approached Alex and placed his hand on the human's shoulder. "You saved us at Kelmar," Varix said. "Today we returned the favor, but it is more than that. You taught us something important. You showed us that helping others is not weakness. It is strength. The greatest strength. Ambassador Trell, who had come with the Arxian ships, nodded in agreement. Commander Turner, today the galaxy changed. Different species working together. Not because they had to, but because they chose to. Because they learned from humanity's example. This is a new era. Danny Foster raised a cup in toast. To new friends. To old friends. To everyone who answers the call when people need help. Everyone raised their cups. Humans, Valorians, Draxians, Arxians, Lumens, and others. All together. United by shared values. United by the example of those unpredictable humans who refused to let innocence suffer. Later that night, Alex stood alone on the Defiance observation deck. Maya joined him, looking out at the stars. "We started something, did we not?" Maya said softly. Alex nodded. "We showed them what is possible. That different species can work together. That helping others makes everyone stronger. We just answered a distress call. We did what felt right, but it changed everything. What happens now?" Maya asked. "Now? Now we go back to our jobs. We patrol, we explore, we live our lives. But if another call comes, if someone needs help, we will answer. And next time we will not be alone. We will have friends." Maya smiled. The Deathworlders made friends. Who would have thought? Alex laughed. The galaxy is learning. Humans are not just tough because Earth tried to kill us. We are tough because we care, because we refuse to give up on others. That is what makes us truly dangerous. Not our weapons or our technology, our compassion. Across the galaxy, the story spread. The story of how one distress call brought together the most unpredictable fleet anyone had ever seen. The story of how humans showed other species a better way. The story of how compassion proved stronger than fear. Young beings on 100 worlds heard the tale and dreamed of being heroes. Pirates and slavers heard it and thought twice before attacking the weak. Governments heard it and reconsidered their policies. The galaxy had changed. And it had changed because humans answered a call for help. Because sometimes the most unpredictable thing you can do is simply care, simply help, simply refuse to let others suffer alone. The age of the Deathworlders had begun. But it was not an age of conquest or domination. It was an age of hope, an age where anyone in trouble knew that help would come, an age where different species worked together, an age where compassion was strength, and somewhere in deep space the Krell Marauders learned their final lesson. You do not fight people who have everything to protect and nothing to prove. You especially do not fight humans, because humans will surprise you every single time.